Okay, so I don't know if you've ever tried to play Five Nights at Freddy's in, say, like, a living room or some place with a large TV where you can't easily use a mouse and keyboard. It's a little frustrating. So what I did was, oh, jeez, alright. So what I did was I made a little JoyToKey configuration to get it working with controller. And I think I did a pretty good job with it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let's start with the camera. I did this in a way to make it as responsive as possible. See, instead of the mouse just following where the right analog stick goes, it snaps back to the center when the right analog stick does. And this really helps with camera movement. For example, if I want to turn slowly, I can do it just like this. It feels completely natural. And you'll notice that for some reason the mouse is down there instead of being, like, say, in the center. You can see it snap back to the center occasionally. I hope you can see the mouse. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the reason behind that is because the camera has a habit where when you select it, it's gone. The button's gone. And it stays away until you get near it again. And basically keeping the mouse down here at all times... Is Foxy okay? Yeah, okay. He's not going to interrupt my demonstration here. Keeping it down here at all times keeps the camera button up at all times. Now let's just go over the basic controls. There's the camera. You can access the left door light. By the way, you have to be completely turned to the left to do this. With LB, or L1 if you're using the PS4 version. And LT closes and opens a door. Same thing for the right side. Light with RB, door with RT. Super simple. Now, as far as the camera goes, it gets a little more strange. You have to open the camera with the left analog stick. I'm going to press it down here. And I had to do that because for some reason it didn't want to map everything to the right analog stick or else it would start glitching out. Now, to use camera mode or free roam mode, whatever you want to call it, you're going to hold down Y and then move the left analog stick around, rather. You're going to select with the right trigger button while you're in this mode. And you can use this to switch to any camera you want. I tried to fine-tune the sensitivity to where it wouldn't be that much of a problem switching between them at a fast pace, but you can adjust the sensitivity if you want to. Also, I made some shortcuts for some important camera locations you need to be, because obviously you can't go that fast doing this, like go here, much faster with a mouse, right? So, the D-pad you can use to go to different cameras. The way I have it set up is, if you press D-pad up, it takes you to the show stage. That's important, obviously. Press D-pad down, Pirate Cove, so you can check on Foxy. Press D-pad left, it takes you to the West Hall, which is where Foxy runs down, and you want Foxy to run down as far as possible, well, rather as fast as possible, so you don't use too much power keeping your left door closed. And lastly, the right D-pad takes you to East Hall Corner, and this is just a personal preference of mine. This is where I keep Freddy half the time. This is Freddy's last destination before he gets into your office, and it's really easy to keep him here. Plus, you can see Chica walk through if you need to, so that helps a lot. See, and I can just snap across these, no problem. Look down here, check the light, check this light, close one if I need to. Really simple. Now, the thing about this is JoyToKey has some very specific configurations, so you can't use this with every controller, but I went ahead and made two configurations that you could use. You can use, obviously, a 360 controller, or I also made one for a PS4 controller if you would like to use that. And just to show you guys that this works, I'm going to give a bit of a demonstration of 20/20/20/20 mode with the controller, so you can see that, you know, it works efficiently enough to be the hardest mode in the game. But yeah, download links in the description. I would love for you guys to try it out, see what you guys think about it. Let me know if there's any issues or things you would change about it, and I'll try to update it to make it as comfortable as possible. So without further ado, here's 20/20/20 mode with an Xbox 360 controller. So I thought I'd give you guys a little play-by-play here, show you what I'm doing with the controller, and also explain this strategy, because I've not seen it often, or at all actually. I came up with it. I'm sure other people have as well. Can be confusing if you've never seen it before. I'll go ahead and explain it. You see that when the first animatronic leaves, I immediately switch to the East Hall corner. There's two reasons for that. One, when Chica pops up, I can see where she went after she leaves. She can either go to my office, or she could go back. This way, I never have to check the right door light unless I'm seeing which way she went. For example, oh, she left. Okay, she went the other way, so I go back to what I was doing. Second reason is because of Freddy. This is the last place Freddy can go before he gets into my office. And as long as the camera's on him, Freddy can't move. So it's really, really easy to keep him here. And if I ever need to check Pirate Cove or anything like that, I can just close the right door so he can't get in, check that, and go back to that camera. It took me about, I think, 8 tries to get this. I actually succeeded the 7th try, but my video got corrupted. I think I did something stupid, like I didn't realize I didn't stop the recording and I closed the program and it made it corrupt. I don't know. Something happened there. But thankfully I managed to do it again first try, so I didn't have to spend too much more time on it. Now, as far as the difficulty for this, it's actually easier than using a mouse. And the reason behind that is because everything is mapped to a button. You don't have to move your mouse anywhere, which takes more time. It saves only a few seconds, but in this mode, every second counts towards your power, toward how far Foxy goes out, pretty much everything. You'll notice that Foxy actually hasn't been out, and that's because I have a certain rhythm to my camera movements. I don't have it too little to where Foxy can get out, but I don't have it too much to where someone can just sneak in. And there's also a danger you have to worry about when keeping the camera open for too long. That's why I try to snap it open, snap it down, is if Chica moves in or out while I'm looking at the camera, my camera gets disabled and I can't see anything that's going on, and that really hurts me because Bonnie can jump in at any second if you're not watching him constantly. He's very fast. See, I check Pirate's Cove here. It's fine. See, right there. Chica either left or entered there. So my camera got disabled for a second. She went to my door. That's what happened. So when that happens, I had to check the left door light, open the camera, check the right door light, open the camera, which is the strategy that I think most people use. Now the issue with that is Bonnie's too fast for that. You have to keep track of him at all times, and that's why I came up with the strategy. And it also works great for a controller. See, right there, there was an issue with the controller that prevented me from shutting the door up. I think it was where I was pressing buttons too fast, but you need to watch out for that. You'll also notice that I'm turning on and off the light really quickly. And the way I'm doing that is I'm actually tapping 3 times on the left bumper. That's because there's a cooldown between every time you click the light. So every time the light comes on, you have to wait a little bit before you can cut it off. So I just spam the button until that light comes off. Now this is the perfect thing that can happen. If both animatronics come really close to you within the same amount of time, because if Bonnie goes away and then Chica goes by, I can close the door and check Pirate's Cove while I'm waiting for Chica to go away, and then everything's reset. There's no danger in it as well, so it's one of the best things that can happen during this night. I pretty much use this strategy the same way throughout the entire night. The only difference is as the night goes on, I check on Foxy more. Okay, so what happened there is something I found out while I was streaming, and it scared the crap out of me. Apparently, when you open the camera immediately after Bonnie shows up, you have a short time frame where you can put the camera down and close it real fast. Super helpful. Notice that I opened the camera so fast that the scare noise doesn't even have time to complete. That's how optimized this is with the controller. And you'll notice when I check Pirate's Cove, I close the camera, turn, open the camera, then check the lights. That's because you want to keep your rhythm opening and closing that camera. The exact moment that you break that rhythm, Foxy can get out. I've had times where I accidentally broke my rhythm, and Foxy went from stage 0, being in the curtain, to running out in the hall. It's that bad. And once Foxy gets out of his curtain, it's hard to keep him in. Everything is just downhill from there. See, she could just re-enter that area and cut off my cameras. Now I have to keep going back and forth like this. It's very slow. Not only can something sneak in, just like that, it also breaks my rhythm of opening and closing the camera, which makes it more likely for Foxy to get out. And this happened actually a lot during the run, and it really frustrated me. And I tried to check Pirate's Cove here, but I couldn't. For whatever reason, I think Freddy had left and then came back and messed up my camera feed. So at this point, I was kind of scared. I was a little freaking out because I didn't know what stage Foxy was in, and I really wanted to check. So Bonnie was a savior here, letting me check Pirate Cove. Now what I just did there, don't do that. Keep your camera at a rhythm. I was messing up here because I was freaking out because it was at 5 a.m. and I had a lot of power left. So here I'm running low on power. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna win. But there's always a chance that Freddy can do his quickest wind-up, which would make me lose automatically. So what I do here is I just go ahead and open the door and wait these 5% out and hope that Foxy does not show up at the last second. You can see at this point that I immediately regret my decision of just sitting there, because I'm getting paranoid. So I'm just like, can I close the door? Freddy never even showed up. That's how much time I had. But I go ahead and just show you the screen. And at this point, I try to go to custom night so I could show you that I was indeed on 2020 mode, and I realized real quick that it was really hard to use this controller configuration with one hand because I was using the other hand to show you the screen. I could have used the mouse, but that would have been what a smart person would have done. So there you have it. So I hope you guys enjoy the controller configuration. Let me know if there's anything I can improve on.